Hi, my friend. It's Pat Sloan here. I want to kick off today talking about my Christmas quilt. I'm trying to say a Christmas quilt every day. If you're following other people on YouTube, they do a Vlogmas, Monday, the 1st through the 25th. They do a video every day. Well, since I do already 6 days a week, I decided that I would show a Christmassy thing every day. And if I forget to actually say it, but was showing it, I'll try to write it up like I did the other day. But today I have two, not one, but two Christmas things to talk about. So we'll do those first. The Jolly Box Little Presents. This is the pattern that came in the exclusive Jolly Boxes that went out, and they are sold out, and a lot of you got them. But this pattern is just so darn cute, and I figured it was going to be perfect for that spot that I didn't really have anything. I had the table runner hanging there, which actually looks kind of cute, but I would rather have something specifically made for that spot behind the door, because the door is shut most of the time and when we're in the house, you know, behind the door and next to the window. So let's just take a walk down there and see if this fits. And I will also show you the quilt on my front door. So I had forgotten to show you that when I did the tour. So let's go down the hall. We'll take this down here and see how it looks in the spot. See if it is the right size. I think it's probably pretty good. So let me pull back. So here we go. I think it's gonna work. It's actually, at this point, it is pretty much the same size, so we'll have to decide if there's gonna be a border, like a little border around it or not. I might just call it done so that I can quilt it and get it up here. So let's also look at my other Christmas for today is the wreath on my front door. I forgot to show you this during the tour. So there we go. We did this as a sew along, which was by Bev, my friend Bev McCulloch of Flamingo Toes. She has this whole holly wreath quilt, and then in the pattern has just for one block. So that is what I have on my door. I do believe I could just take this as is. Right here, it's the 3x4, so it's 3 across, 4 down. I think it would work perfectly right there. I could just do easy quilting, put binding on it. But of course, I'm thinking maybe it could have a little bit more. The pack, I used, what do I've got? I've got, well, you know, this much left of one charm pack because I'm not making the whole quilt. And then there's, of course, a whole nother charm pack. But there's all these light with cream. There, they're so cute. These lights, the snowflakes, and then, whoops, snowflake. Then there's like gray ones, which are also super cute. So I thought, well, what if I took them in half? Oops, it's not up there. Hold on. What if I just took them in half, each of those, and made them into a border, because that would not take that long. That's the whole thing. I don't want to make a big, long, fussy ordeal for a border. But if I just folded them in half and kind of alternated the whites and the creams, because there's not enough, well, I wasn't going to raid the other pack. I was just going to try to use up what's in this one. Look, look, look. This one's so cute. Look at the little wreath. And then there's the little cocoa. Look here. So cute. But I'm thinking it could use that. And that will make it a little bit wider. There's still space, you know, a tiny bit longer. Longer doesn't matter, but it's the width. I can't make it too much wider. But I think I'm going to do that. What would you do? What would you do? Tell me in the comments if you would go ahead and put these on there. There's enough. There is a solid, which will not, it's a tone on tone. But I think I might leave that one out if I can squeeze it without, or steal one from the other packet, because I just don't want to break into the other packet and have it have less, because I'll probably give it to somebody and they'll expect that many in it. You know, I don't want it to be rated. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking of. And then I'll do, of course, a little red binding of some sort. Maybe I'll find some, I have red and white stripe, so I'll get a red and white stripe. And I'm happy with the wreath on the door. That is so nice. I don't have a good fall one. So that means for next year for fall, I definitely have to up my game. The fall one was like, it was just, yeah, just a block that I made into a wreath. You know, it wasn't a wreath, but I liked something different for fall. But I really love that Christmas one. And there is a link down below in the description box to Bev's pattern from Flamingo Toes. So it's a PDF too, so you can just download it and go and sew. That was super fun. Now we do have sweater weather today, so I'm going to get to that, but not yet. I ordered during the Fat Quarter Shops their Black Friday. You know, like if you spend so much money, you got a grab bag, and I was like, oh, I'm sure that they'll be totally gone by the time my order goes through. And I was so surprised to find the grab bag, and I have to show it to you because this is amazing. If you didn't get in on that, yeah, you're going to want to do it next time. It is amazing. Okay, so what did I get in here? I got, let's just show you the good stuff. I got a charm pack, like a whole charm pack. That is so, and this is so cute. This is my friend Anne of Bunny Hill. So darling. Look at this. Just sweet as can be. Yeah, a little sheep with the flags on them. So cute. Okay, there's also a darling zippy bag that came in there. It's like, this is great stuff. A cutting mat. I love this cutting mat. I actually have one, and mine is like, yeah, I have one. It's just almost the same. But I love these light colors, so that's perfect. What else? A couple more things in here. Oh, three more things in here. All right. Oh, needle minder, the Love needle minder. Isn't that great? Now, your grab bags may have looked different. I don't know what's in all the grab bags. I'm assuming they're all a little bit different, but this gives you an idea. I've got one of the magnetic needle cases. These are excellent. I love them. And a square and a square foundation papers. Look at that. Look at that haul. This is like crazy. So anyway, I had to show you because I was so excited. I was like, I didn't think I was going to get anything. I thought it'd be all gone. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Fast Quarter Shop does an amazing job. That's why I love working with them. Okay. I have the sleepover, you know, the Snapdragon blocks with my sleepover fabric. The sleepover fat quarter bundles have been recut. Kimberly texted me the other day and said she put some more of the fat quarter bundles of my fabric for sleepover out there, which is what we're using in the Snapdragon. So be sure you go and pick that up. I thought that was super nice, so she let me know. Okay, today is also Mitten Tree Day. Now, I'm not that familiar with mitten trees. There's a link down below so you can kind of go and read it. So I'm just sort of making it Mitten Day. And I think it was last year. Kate at the Confident Stitch, one of the other shops that I work with, she had these mitten kits, and I made them. Oh, they're so cute. I just love them. So she does a video. They have one of her, Maisie, I think her employee, did a video of how to make them. But I just had so much fun doing these last year. So I'm celebrating mittens today. And I know that I have like a mitten pattern out there somewhere. So another day this month, hopefully that will surface, and I will link you to a little, not physical mittens like this. I have a little mitten on like a mug rug, like an applique mitten. Yeah. One thing just morphs into the other while we're chatting. That's just the way it goes. Oh, I wanted to say something about this, about the backing that is with this line. This is a line by Kimberbell. Whoops. Yeah. Well, here you just see it. Kimberbell, the Cup of Cheer. And so there's a panel in there. And that came in the the Jolly kit. But that fabric is so cute. Look at this. Look at the mug. You know how I am. I just love them. And the snow globe. So, and then the little houses, just like that's on the fabric, and then the labels. So I'm going to cut the labels, and I have a tin with like fabric in it, either printed labels like this that I've gotten here and there, or just some fabric that I use for the labels. And so I'm going to get that into there so that I don't lose track of them, and I'll use it on this quilt. I'll put the label on this quilt. Okay. So that I think this might be a go, unless like all of you yell at me, no, just finish it. Somehow I think you're going to be like the enabling group and tell me, no, you want to see it with the other border. Oh, okay, let me just put up the blocks for sweater weather, because here we are. I have, they're not all done yet. These are my 2x3s. I still have a stack of fabric to sew. Where is it? Okay, besides the half blocks for around the border, I still have this group that doesn't have corners on it yet. I actually have to cut some more. These are cut. These are in the process of being sewn. So I'm getting there. I'm getting there. That's not that many considering how many we had to do for this whole quilt. But let me go ahead and hang these up and then we'll take a look. Here they all are so far, what I have sewn into the 2x3s, you know, 3 across, 2 down. So it's filling up. You know, they're not going as fast as I thought they might, because there's just not a lot of parts to them. But I don't know, it's maybe because I'm really not sewing them in continuous, like, you know, just that. I'm sort of sewing them in between and amongst other projects. So I think that's why they're not going quite as fast. If I sat down and just went like, okay, let me just get through the rest of these and get them into sets, it would probably be fairly quick. But it's because the approach I took is to just sew a little bit at a time while I'm sewing other blocks. It is not, they're coming along. They're coming along. It's from this book, the Sweater Weather book by Susan Aki, and there is the quilt tossed on the bed, and you can see that the full quilt here with the border. So all those squares. So I've got all those squares cut. They're all ready, but I will want to place those so that I don't have the same fabric touching another fabric in the lineup. And then that depends on, you know, where the little sew and flip corners are. But yeah, it looks really, really good. I love it. It is going to be so gorgeous, but I would like to, I think I would like to spend some time maybe one evening just working on that and not intersperse it with other stuff and just sort of try to knock out all of these blocks to get to the border part. Anyways, goals. It's always good to have goals. And I also need to cut more of the squares. So the squares that go on the corner, and so I've got my AccuQuilt here, which can do 4 at a time. And I gotta fire that up. So I've got this out so I can do more of this square. I'm out of black. I've used all the black that I cut. So I'm gonna cut some more black and blue squares. So I've got this out to do. I'll put it down here in the tray. So I've got these all in the rolling assistant so that I can work on that. Speaking, now I know I wasn't speaking of that, but since I'm down here looking down, okay, so I've got some, there, I've got them. See my boots? So I've got these UGG boots, which I love. I've never had any. See them? Like, I got the black ones. And what I'm thinking though is they make shorter versions, like, you know, not as tall as this. And so do you guys have them? Does anybody have the shorter ones? Because I'm thinking of ordering a shorter pair, because in the house here, like I've mentioned before, I'm on a concrete slab and I have tile. So there's no warmth on my floor. And, you know, I've got a screen door, you know, like a double walkout door. I've got a fireplace, which also has air that comes in, even though I've got it blocked with some poster board so that it, you know, that minimizes that. I still can get this breeze coming in. And my room is 3 sides to the outside. There's only this wall here that the design wall is on. There's only one hooked to the house. The rest of it is freestanding. So there's a lot. If it gets cold, the floor gets cold. And I'm finding the boots being really, really helpful, but I think I don't need such a tall pair. So anyway, I digress. But let me know if you have a shorter pair. If you have them, just cover the ankles. You know, like there's some that are about that high up at the ankle. So I'm thinking of getting those. Okay, let me do a little mail call and then a couple Q&A. So this first mail call is, this beautiful card is from, and things are from Gina in Wisconsin. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Okay, so she sent me some fun stuff. First, let me show you the fabric that she sent. So she found some super cute selvages. Look at the chickens and the windmill. What do you call those on the, they windmills still on the farms? Is that what they're called? I'm not a farm girl. Then she also ordered me some fabric off of Spoonflower. And we were talking about digital fabric the other day. And Spoonflower is a place where you can go and have buy designs by all kinds of designers. You can actually take your own artwork and have it reproduced and put onto fabric. But look at this spectacular piece of Alice in Wonderland. Oh my goodness, I am just floored. This is so amazing. Oh, it is incredible. It's like I could now see a blue and white Alice in Wonderland quilt. Look at that. It is so amazing. Very cool. For those of you who did the Splendid Sampler 1 with us, we did a custom label that Jane designed, and we had printed, you printed it yourself off of Spoonflower. So if you were doing that project and you ordered that label, you ordered digital fabric, because Spoonflower is all digital fabric. Okay, and then the mushrooms. Look at this. Those are so darling, and a nice piece of it. So I've got a nice, this doubled over. So I have a nice big piece of sweet little mushrooms to put into something. Oh, so cute. Just cute. Red, 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 everything red. Then I'm sure these next ones are going to be a fun thing that you will see me have. They are the Christmas peeps. Oh my goodness. Gingerbread men, look at them. I'm going to put these in my coffee so they float in the top of the coffee. Snowmen. I showed these to Greg. I said, they're mine, mine, everything's mine. And it's like, no, he can have some. I'm just joking because he actually likes peeps. Look at the Christmas stockings. Oh, and there's one more. Wait, there's more. There's one more. And the trees. Okay, so which flavor should I float first? Which one? Which one will I float in my morning coffee first? Maybe a gingerbread man. Oh, Gina, thank you, thank you, thank you. Mwah. And our ambassador, Kathy, our ambassador, Kathy. She sent me some super yummy goodies. She was on a trip and she was telling me, and we were talking once about these fig preserves, and she was saying I would probably really love them because I love fig Newtons. And so she sent me some fig preserves, and the other one's what, triple berry. But look at these, look at the container. Whoops, let me just put one down. We don't want to be looking at it on the floor. So look at that. Look at the shape of it. I am a sucker for interesting shaped glassware. I'm like, you could probably drink out of these. Have a little cocktail afterwards, after they're done. Yeah. Thank you, Kathy. Okay, there's a couple Q&As. I thought I'd just toss these in as I go along, whenever I know I'm going to have a little bit extra time to do that. Just a few. So Calico Jungle, which probably was here written on YouTube, says, I guess she was asking about having blocks on the front and blocks on the back. So a lot of us will put, blocks we didn't use on the back of the quilt, and I did that one year a pretty elaborate backing with a lot of blocks, and she wondered how those would hand quilt. Well, I do very little hand quilting, so I assume that if you are hand quilting, you're going to have to take into consideration whether you want those extra seams to have to go through. But for machine quilting, not a problem, not a problem. Scoots 1950 was asking about project planning. She says she likes the idea of project planning, but how do you plan in your life, your regular life, like cooking, cleaning, laundry? And how do I plan, what do I do if that takes over? Determine how much time you actually spend on those activities. Look at how you can spend less time on those activities so that you can do more sewing. You need to take control of those other activities just as if they were a project. They're not in control of you. You have control of it. But if you're the only one living there, you do have to balance everything yourself. But if there are other people in your household, they can help. Cheryl asked, do I pre-wash red fabric? I should. I should pre-wash red fabric. Do I always? No. But I should. It's a good policy because if you want to wash your quilt, then you've already tested it and you know it's not going to run. So it's a good policy for red fabric. Jill wanted to know, how many years did I live in Germany? And do I speak other languages besides English? I lived in Germany for I did live in Germany for 4 years. I lived in Belgium for 4 years. So that's a total of 8 years in Europe. I went over in 5th grade and I left when I graduated from high school in the 12th grade. So the very beginning of 5th grade through 12th grade in 3 different school systems, since I changed school systems from elementary to junior high and then to the high school when I went to Belgium. And I do not speak other languages. When I lived in Europe, I could understand some German and I could understand some French and Flemish, which are the 2 languages spoken in Belgium. And Niera asked, is my husband part of the company? Yes, he is. He has been since I started my company. We have been a small family-owned business since the beginning. So I would like to see your sweater weather, quilts, your progress, your blocks, where are you at with it? Just show a picture, because so many of you told me you wanted to do this, and I really am anxious to see what you're doing and what your progress is. So I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.